Aloha, good morning. This is Karombi Davis of Karombi Realty International. And what a beautiful day. We're heading towards spring and so excited. Beautiful blue skies and warmer air. And wow, we're lucky live Hawaii, as they say. Anyway, I'm just going to talk from some experiences we've had lately here at Karombi Realty International. And we've had tremendous success in the last 6 months. And it's just been amazing. And, often out in the industry, people stop me and say, wow, what's going on? Karan, you're having huge success. What's making a difference with your business right now? And, just remembering I've been doing this now 35 years, which I'm in denial. I never thought I'd be in a business that long and still enjoying it and loving it and still have amazing energy for it. And I thought I'd share, some of the in the back what goes on and what makes some of the agents out there right now be so successful in today's market, including ourselves. And I feel like I'm at the peak of my career, which is pretty amazing. And I'm so thankful that I have the health and energy to keep in the business. I know a lot of realtors I've grown up with, a lot of retired now. And what we've lost there is a lot of wisdom. I think with age, it gives us a lot of wisdom. And, I've been through 3 or 4 different down markets with 9/11, and other things that have gone over the last 35 years. And I believe one of the, what we get really good at is adjusting, and I think we all learned in COVID to pivot. And no matter what you're doing in life, learn to work with the circumstances at hand and still live the life that you want to. I'm a real strong believer in that. And I must admit, I went to a seminar the other day and I was sharing with a friend. I was kind of taken back. It was an economist from the mainland, very well respected. And he was telling everyone, don't worry, just wait. Your buyers will buy it later in the year. The interest rates will go down. And I have a really hard time with that because this is about people's lives. And there's always a way to work with something and get what you want. And you don't have to wait for the economy to be a certain way. Maybe you have to give up something. But, when somebody has an extra child in a family and they want another bedroom, when a family decides they want their elderly parents living with them, they have that emotional reason to act in today's market. So never forget that. And so as we've gone through and helping our clients right now, we've been able to obtain the highest price in certain neighborhoods, even in today's market where there's 50% less sales. And, how have we done that? And I thought what I'd do is I'd use a few examples that have closed. I do have a couple more listings in escrow that we'll talk about later on the following month in April, May. But let's go over a few of the listings that we have successfully recorded in the last few weeks, just to give you an idea of how we went about this. Let me just share my screen here. Okay, so the first listing I'm going to be talking about is a home in Monolani Heights. Gorgeous home, over 4,200 square feet in living area, 6-bedroom home, absolutely stunning. And I'm sure you've seen this in our marketing, this home. And, what was it? How did we get top dollar? We actually broke the highest price in Monolani Heights. The second highest price we also did. And when I saw this home, usually, it's a view home. Let me see if I can get a picture of a view here. The kitchen sold the home, of course, and so did the view. Okay. And with this home, what we compared it to, and I believe there's very few of us out there, but I look outside the neighborhoods because when we work with buyers, if somebody wants a view, you're going to show them all the ridge lines out there. So it's really important to know those marketplaces. And what I did is I went into the ridge lines knowing what certain houses sold for. Even where this home was in Monolani Heights, you can't totally compare because homes are so unique to each other. But based on square footage and view, I was able to get 2 or 3 very good comparables in other neighborhoods and also one in this neighborhood. But the question was, how much more does a perimeter home sell for than this home was more of an interior view, but stunning view, stunning house, square footage. And I strongly believed that I could break another top dollar in Monolani Heights. I had the belief. So when you believe something and you go for it, and then you have the strategy behind it, it usually works for your client. So as far as pricing goes here, I also looked at the statistics, list price to sales price ratio, because even if we have a sales price in mind, we have to position it to where the offer is going to come in at. And with this particular home, we could have had 6 other offers on this house. It was tremendously successful. No, we weren't overpriced at all. Had we priced where the market was going up, 5 to 10% every few months, we'd probably be still sitting on the market. What we did is price for today, in today's market. Very, very important. And then not only to get that top dollar for that house is looking at the condition of the property. One of the things we do weekly here at Karumbi Realty is we have a list of vendors. We go over that list every week. Okay, is this the best landscaper we have? Is this the best handyman we have? Is this the best electrician? Is this the best plumber? Do they give us favorable pricing for our clients? And we go over that. So when we get a home that we need to make sure is in tip-top condition for marketing, we bring those people in. We have a team of people that helps us get that home ready for marketing. Now, with this particular home, we hear the word staging. I'll just go back to this. Staging. And with this home, we didn't have to stage because the client already had some fabulous furniture. So I use the word style, to style a home, take what they have and add to that. And really, people could, if you see with this kitchen, is all we did really here is add a plant, some table placemats on the table. We positioned the fruit and plants, and we made it very spacious for people to think about, where am I going to put my things in there? You don't want to put a lot of items in a house when people can't picture how are their items going to fit into the house. Very, very important. As far as, positioning, like bringing that green inside to the house. And my styling lady, very, very good, very professional, but she's very sensitive to what I want because I know what sells houses, which is really important. Which brings me to another topic, is photography. Photography is huge. And I'm there for the photography session. I show the photographer what I want to pick up, the feeling I want, the lifestyle I want, etc. So when we go out on the internet and do our brochures, the property is presented at the very, very best. And we take a lot of pride in that. So let's move on to the second house that we just recently sold. Again, very, very popular. And this was a very interesting home, probably a little trickier for pricing, to be honest with you. So when we're out in the market and we're selling East Oahu, a lot of people want Kahala, but what I'm finding now is they want to be close to the top private schools in town. And of course, that is in the Manoa area. So with this particular home on Oahu Avenue, it kind of reminded me a bit of being in Kahala with a large lot, older home. And like I was saying, Oahu Avenue might be the next Kahala Avenue of Manoa. And this house was a little, altogether square footage was a little under 5,000 square feet with a lot size of, the house was about 2,600 square feet and a very large lot. And basically what we saw here was an older home that the owner was taking its furnishings out. And so this is where I came in and I said, I'm going to stage the house. I'm going to bring a full furniture package into the home. So as you can see, all this furniture was brought into the home to really give it a very homey feeling and a home that people could move back into. Again, that was an older home. We did some maintenance to the property, including putting up a new exterior fence on the side of the property and some painting and minor handyman other items that went into the home. Now, as far as the pricing of the house, very difficult, as I mentioned. Most comparables for this home at the time were probably between 1.9 million to 2.2 million. But one of the factors that's on our side right now in getting clients top dollar is the scarcity of what's available on the market. So with that in mind, I thought, well, let's price at the higher price. If I'm supposed to get that, great. If I'm supposed to get over that, even better. But the whole reason where I strategically price is to create excitement. Excitement will bring a very strong price to our clients. So we priced about $2,285,000. believe it or not, we sold a little under 2.6 million with about 8 offers. I believe that wouldn't have happened had we priced it 2.5. It wouldn't have happened. And I showed my client why. It was basically because there was a home in East Onakahala Avenue that they priced at 2.5 and it eventually sold at 2.1 million. So it's really, really important to create that excitement, to build that price and momentum of any listing out there. And we were very fortunate to secure a wonderful local buyer and his family who were ecstatic about, having purchased this. On the sadder side, of course, there was a lot of families that did miss out, but I'm sure as the year goes by, there'll be other, this year, hopefully there'll be other properties available for those families that missed out. The other thing I wanted to mention on this was just how we market. This was a little different to this house. A part of the excitement, we actually had a brokers open on a Wednesday. We put out public open houses on Friday, Saturday, and then of course Sunday. And the reason for that is we had so many showing appointments. I think we had over 150 people through the house. So we wanted to get people in and out, and whether they were interested, then we created a second showing, a private showing for them. So very important that a property has a lot of exposure out there. Well, there's so much I can talk about with getting top dollar, but I wanted to give you a little brief background of where my brain goes with all this, and there's more. And please feel free to call me or text me with a question you might have. I'd be more than happy to answer it. And let's go into Marianne's photos like we love to do for the start of the weekend. And today she, with spring in the air, we are lucky enough to enjoy the warm weather around, she mentions. And, spring has of rebirth and renewal, and it's a special season. So she talks about the birds, Pacific golden flowers who winter in Hawaii in winter and are already displaying their breeding plumage, meaning they will soon be flying to fly approximately 2,000 miles on the non-stop back to Alaska flight, she mentions, done in 3 to 4 days. I always learn something with Marianne's photos. Just love it. Thank you, Marianne. And the butterflies, this monarch butterfly shares the nectar of the crown flower, a milkweed species that is used by monarch butterflies as a larval host plant and is imperative to the survival of the species. And again, remember, Marianne's taken all these photos, absolutely stunning. And birth, the majestic lace and albatross arrives each November to breed and nest in Hawaii. And here you see an adult albatross with its offspring that will glow and fledge in July or August. And the blooms. Plants and trees come back to life after winter and bless us with their colourful blooms. Well, on that note, have a beautiful, colourful weekend, and thank you for joining us today. Much mahalo.